Hello, everybody. I am Dr. T&J Ramsey, the host of the Melanated Homeschooling Families podcast powered by CTR Media Network. And I'm so excited to be with you today to introduce to you some amazing ladies that is helping you to what? To flourish. Where? In the homeschooling arena. It's something amazing that's going to be happening, and I want to share it with you so that you can take part in this amazing historical event. So we have today in the backstage Nicole Doyle. She is known for her quote that says, "Your job as a parent is to cultivate your child's gifts, your child desires, and create education that equips, encourages, and empowers their future." Now, she has a whole lot of accolades and different things that she does within the homeschooling industry, and how she even helping to de-stress the homeschooling process. So I'm so happy to have her here today if you are struggling with homeschooling. And our next guest is also Andrea Hall, and she is known for this statement: helping families homeschool with confidence and clarity. So how many of you struggling with homeschooling right now or contemplating starting to homeschool? Well, these ladies going to help you get yourself together and setting you right on the right path for 2024. So you're saying, Tina, you're talking about these amazing ladies, but I don't see them. Well, guess what? I'm getting ready to bring them on right now. We have in the building, yes, and yes. We have in the building Andrea Hall. And we have the amazing Nicole Doyle. Welcome to the show.
Hi. Thank you. Hey.
All right, ladies. I am so excited to have you guys here today for several different reasons. For number one, you know, homeschooling is near and dear to my heart because I am a homeschooling parent myself and also educator. And I know that it can be difficult with so many new people starting to homeschool. We have an onslaught of so many people that starting to homeschool since the pandemic. And they don't know where to turn, where the resources, and what to do. And I'm so happy to have you guys here today. So, Nicole, tell us a little bit more about yourself and how you help us in the homeschooling arena.
Well, I help in a homeschooling arena because, first of all, I homeschool my kids. My husband and I decided in 2015, 14, to start homeschooling our 4 children. And I have since graduated 2 homeschoolers into college since I started. Yes, I have a sophomore at Morehouse and a senior in computer science at Kennesaw State University. And just very excited. And so those 2 were homeschooled from middle school and the other one elementary school to the end. So you're able to homeschool children into post-secondary education, and they be successful and really maneuver and navigate that space. So that's my first love, is the ones that I have here in the house and that I am responsible for. Secondly, I have been had the responsibility of the CAB Christian Home Educators, and that is a homeschool cooperative located in Stone Mountain, Georgia. This beautiful homeschool cooperative has been around since 1989. I did not start this homeschool co-op. I came in as president in 2016 onto the board. And I have been along with some amazing moms, veteran moms, like homeschooling grandmas, like they homeschool their kids, now they're homeschooling some grandkids, kind of homeschooling community of homeschooling fathers. And so to be in that environment, I was like, this needs to be shared. What we're doing here in this amazing bubble should be shared with the whole community because it's normal. It's excellent, but it should be normalized. And so that is when I met with the amazing Andrea Hall, and I could see, and she and I, we were aligned in vision to share something, just to share this community and actually speak to other parents about how we can equip you, encourage you, and energize you for the long journey of homeschooling, with the ultimate purpose of just empowering our Black communities for higher education.
I love it. I love it, especially about the equip and empower part. I just love that. And also seeing your journey go from homeschooling to graduate. They graduated from homeschooling, they went off to secondary education. And I also love the fact that we need to start normalizing homeschooling because so many people, they feel like uh, it is radical if you decide to homeschool your children. And then when you think about homeschooling in our communities, it's not readily spoken about openly as much as it should be, like it is in other communities. And you don't really see too many people like us homeschooling. But I'm here to tell you, it's a lot of people of color, melanated, Black individuals that are homeschooling today. And I need you guys to see this and understand that we homeschool too. We homeschool too. And it's not radical. It's a preference, but it's not radical. And your children can still flourish in the homeschooling setting. So now, Nicole spoke so eloquently about Andrea, so it would be not to let her speak about herself a little bit to share arena.
Hey, thank you, Dr. Tina, and thank you, Nicole. So my name's Andrea Hall. I am a homeschool mom of 3 kids, ages 15, 14, 13 and 11. Ooh, having a brain fog. Y'all had those moments.
We have multiple children.
I actually always wanted to homeschool. So I saw my aunt homeschooling my cousins, and I was like, I want to homeschool. I want to be homeschooled. Well, my mom didn't homeschool. She was a single mom, and she didn't have these resources. So as an educator going through college, I'm a math educator going through my training to be a teacher. It was there that I kind of felt the conviction. I want to homeschool. That's what I want to do. I even shared it with my husband when we were dating. I'm like, this is my plan. Are you down with it? Wow. So when I got started, I kind of already knew I wanted to do it. But when I got started, I was like, well, I need a community to help me do it. Because my husband was like, how are they going to be socialized? So I was like, well, I'll find a community. So I reached out and I thought I could join a community. I didn't get a response back. I don't know why, but I didn't get a response back. So I was like, well, then I'll start one, because I was in Cobb County. I didn't even know Nicole was over there in DeKalb County. So here I am in Cobb County, and I'm like, well, I'll just start a community myself. So we started out as South Cobb Homeschoolers, which led to us becoming Epic Homeschool Network. So we are a newbie organization compared to DeKalb Christian Home Educators. We've been around since 2012, becoming Epic Homeschool Network in 2016. And that was me trying to create that community of resources, supporting families in a homeschool journey. When I first started out, I was the only person I saw. I was the only color that I saw in my community. But as more people saw that homeschooling is for us, more Black and brown people came into my community, and more other people started moving away. So we're now predominantly African American. So it's been an interesting transition, but I love it. We are multicultural. So I love the people who decide to stay around and keep supporting the mission and homeschooling together in our multicultural community. But I felt, when Nicole reached out to me and we're talking about creating this space where we can bring these resources together, Black and brown resources for our melanated community, so that they can see that it's there. I was like, yeah, I'm down for that. Let's do it.
I love it. I love it. And I love the fact that both of you were doing all this amazing work in the homeschooling industry, and you had no idea that you were literally both in Georgia, but just on different parts, And so the fact that once you all heard about each other, you didn't stay on that island by yourself. You collaborated and you made something bigger that extended beyond what you both were doing individually, and made something amazing, such as this Black homeschooling conference. And so what I want to do, we're going to take a commercial break. We're going to go in depth about the homeschooling conference that's happening, kicking off the year right in January, and how I personally feel that everyone should make sure that they get a ticket to be a part of this event, because this is an event that you do not want to miss. This is an event that you want to get some gas to put in your car and go to. Okay, this is the sacrifice. This is an event you want to see it, because it's different from being there, seeing it online, and actually being there in person. Because you'll be able to feel the energy. You'll be able to have that socialization for the parents, not just the children, because we need it too. Okay, so what we're gonna do? We're going to go ahead and we're going to take this commercial break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about this amazing event and share with our viewing audience, and also check our, we're getting so many comments coming in, and so we're going to acknowledge you. So hold tight. After the commercial break, we're going to give some shout outs from the ones that we're streaming in a private group. And so we're going to let you guys know what they're saying, and come with your questions. Okay, we'll be back in a moment.
The Homeschooling Interactive Magazine is a magazine that embraces and celebrates the entire homeschooling experience. Our magazine is different from all the rest because we provide beneficial information and assistance in homeschooling, business, wellness, mental health, resources, and life. We encourage you to pick up a copy of our magazine today on Amazon.com by simply searching the Homeschooling Interactive Magazine. The Homeschooling Interactive Magazine is all about impacting the world through home-based learning, helping to de-stress the homeschooling experience. Get your copy from Amazon today.
Hey, it's Teach with Kicks with another reminder of the great benefits of Lingo STEM coding kits. 1. Lingo teaches learners real-world skills through STEM projects. 2. Lingo provides expert-guided video tutorials and self-paced modules. 3. Lingo unleashes creativity by building and coding your own backup sensor for a car. With back to school upon us, give the gift of coding with Lingo. Tech made easy.
And just like that, we are back. Back with whom, you might ask? The amazing Andrea, and who else? Nicole. All right, you guys. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to go into detail about the event and why, and who does this event, you would say, fit? What is the ideal homeschooling parent or children? Who is, when you created this event, who did you think of? And that could be Nicole.
You want me to go?
Yes.
So I would say that there are basically 3 sets of people who we're targeting for this event. Number 1 is the homeschooling parent. And that homeschooling parent is the homeschooling parent who's just in 2 categories: the new homeschooling parent and the homeschooling parent that's been here for the long journey already. But sometimes when you are a homeschooling parent, whether you're new or you've been there for a while, you're looking for some fresh, diverse curriculum.
Yes.
You are looking for living books and beautiful images and amazing mirrors that show your child the world, that shows them being beautiful, amazing, excellent, propelling forward, doing wonderful things. And so at this conference, we try to feature in our exhibit hall diverse curriculum creators. You know, we do have we do have some support from the big box curriculums, but there are so many other curriculums that really dive into unit study in a way about different parts of the world, different continents, different cultures, because we want our child to have a very wide view of how beautiful they are as little melanin people. But we also want to make sure that in that space of the exhibitors conference, there's also someone else we're focusing on, and that is the educational providers.
Yes.
We are creating an ecosystem that will be there to support the family, the homeschooling family, and for the educational provider. And they're working hand in hand so that parents can find the resources they need, and so that our educational providers can have an opportunity to really make the living they need to make, as far as like when they're providing into this community. We thoroughly believe that you should be able, as a curriculum provider and as a person who's putting so much into this passion, that you should be able to glean some of the reward from it. And our last person that we're really focusing on is that for this conference, we have a teen and children's program. But we spent a lot of time actually focusing on the teen program, because sometimes with these type of homeschooling conferences, people treat the teenagers like they're little itty bitties. Oh, yeah, and the teenagers are like, you know what? I want a moment just to hang out, have fun, learn some different things, maybe explore a few colleges there along the way. Last year, we had the amazing honor of having Spelman College to attend, Western Governors, Point University, and this year we have Georgia State coming in, and to also present, and our Georgia Futures, which is also a part of our here in Georgia. We have an opportunity for our children to go to college tuition free under the Georgia Hope and Nazelle Miller scholarship. So we will have those people presented there. So our main focus for this conference is to really, in the end, as we focus on the homeschooling family, the educational entrepreneur, or we call them the edupreneurs, and we're focusing on also our wonderful children and trying to make sure their passions are prepared forward. This is giving us an opportunity for all the stakeholders to come to the table, and we're having an opportunity to discuss and really, like I said, like you said before with a quote, I really believe that it is our responsibility to curate a passionate, lovely, amazing childhood for our children. It is easier to raise a joyful child than it is to fix a broken adult. And this is the mantle that we are blessed with. And I am excited to be able to be here with Andrea to be able to present this to the community.
Oh, you're Tina. Muted, Dr. Tina.
Thank you. Sorry about that. I didn't want to interrupt anything she was saying because it was so good. You said something that was very profound when you said it's more easier to help a child that's joyful than to help a broken child. That statement alone is powerful, but yet true. And so for them to see the representation at this event, for them to be able to have access, also to one thing that in the Black and Brown community, we want to see curriculum that is in representation of us, our history, what we know, or maybe to expand our knowledge on something that we did not know about our culture, to open that perspective. And so having the big box curriculums as well as the diversity with the curriculums, which we look for, being Black and Brown community, trying to find some representation of our history for our kids to see, have that visual so that they can understand how amazing and how excellent they are. That, you guys, is just some of the things that this amazing event is bringing to the table. And so if you have been, many of you have been asking, I'm looking for African-American centered curriculum. How can my child go to college? Did you just hear they're going to have someone from college there?
Yes.
So this is the place to be. Okay. So tell us a little bit more, Andrea, about everything that, some more things, because I know, I mean, I saw itinerary and I'm fairly impressed.
Yes,
well,
as we're talking,
Andrea, I would say talk some about our 4-year plan as far as like the 4-year. Yeah,
I was going to just go ahead and jump into some of the sessions that we're having, because as you're talking about creating curriculum, like beautiful images so we can see ourselves, that kind of makes me think of our keynote speaker. So we're happy to have Amber O'Neill Johnston, who's going to be talking about beautiful images and amazing mirrors incorporating Black literature and curricula. So we're going to have her on there talking about that. So that's going to be a really impressive session. She's an established authority, including diverse voices in traditional curriculum and infusing culture and love for others into an intentional home environment. So she's going to be sharing about her observations on education, living books, and world schooling, and so much more. So we're happy to have her as our keynote speaker. And then for our high school planning, we're going to have Michelle Shaw. Sorry, I had to scroll on down. We're going to have Michelle Shaw and her husband talking about developing the 5-year high school plan. And Michelle, she's impressive. She is a Harvard graduate. She is a director of the Northeast Independent Preparatory Academy, which is a center for home education. They're accredited by the Georgia Accrediting Commission. So when you get into that program and you graduate, you get an accredited diploma. So she's going to help you navigate that space, talking about how to get from high school to college, because I think that's the time when everyone kind of like steps back and they're like, I can't do it. It's not, I can't do it. So she's going to help you kind of navigate that space so that you don't give up and just say, hey, I'll just put them back into high school, and give up the fight, because she did it all the way to college. She graduated her students, and one of them graduated from Harvard, and his dissertation was a rap album. Is that correct, Nicole? It was
Yes. So if you were to Google Obasi Shah, he graduated from Harvard University, and he his dissertation right before he graduated was a rap album. So that tells you that her homeschooling journey was so about individualizing his education that he felt empowered to take that individualized display of what he learned and to turn around and say, you know what, Harvard, it is good. What is good for me at home, I'm going to bring it here. And they thought it was amazing. He's graduated and everything. And so one thing about Michelle is that she has, with her being an attorney by as far as like having her Juris Doctorate from Harvard, she is a wealth of knowledge in the area of also helping you to navigate that accrediting portion. Whether you're going through her accrediting, she has her own accrediting arm called Northeast Independent Preparatory Academy. She has also a homeschool cooperative called Eastside Academic Studies. But whether you take either one of those pathways, she is such an help in allowing you to be able to take control, and you can do your own transcripts. Because I have 2 homeschool graduates, one that I use an accrediting organization to do his transcript, and the other one I created that transcript myself and sent it to college. That's my one who's a senior. And I sent and he was able to do that. And Michelle, she was a wealth of knowledge just to talk to me and guide me through. And I just cannot. And she is also a co-collaborator for the Georgia Black Home Educators Network. And we're just excited to have her here to be a part of that with us.
Yes, definitely. And then we're going to have the path to NCAA eligibility for homeschoolers. So those who are athletes, talking about how do you get those athletic scholarships. We're going to have Nally Mack come in and talk to us about that. So she's doing a session on that. Developing and drafting student education plans. So those are your IEPs. You know, in the homeschool arena, we don't call them IEPs, but student education plans. But she's going to help you kind of draft that and navigate that space so that when they are taking the SAT or the ACT, they can have the accommodations that they need for those kinds of things. What I'm really, Nicole talked about that we're going to have we have a space for homeschool parents, we have a space for the children, and we have a space for edupreneurs. So what I'm really excited about is on that Wednesday, this is a free event on Wednesday, in person though. That one is in person only. On Wednesday, we're going to have an edupreneur meet and greet. And you're going to be able to meet and greet some of the grant makers, the grant givers, right? They actually give the grants. We're excited to have Vela, who's also going to be doing a session on Thursday, which is Pathways to Financial Sustainability for Educational Entrepreneurs. We're going to have Yas Prize. We're going to talk about the Yas Prize, the Dow, the Bridge Grant, the Vela Grant. So if you haven't heard about any of these grants and you're an edupreneur, then you need to be there so you can be in the room to talk to these people and hear the panel and see how you can get some of that money, right? So you want to show me the money, then you got to show up. So we're excited about that. And then we have Dr. Cheryl Field-Smith from UGA, where legacy meets home education. Our journey is more than you ever imagined. Understanding and development milestones and autism awareness. We're going to have yours truly talking about homeschooling 101. So we're going to have all those kinds of sessions. So we're having stuff for the veteran homeschool parents, for the new homeschool parents. We're just going to have a whole lot of information. But what I'm really excited about is the community aspect, how we're going to be able to talk to each other and fellowship, and the food. Nicole has done a great job with the food. If you were there last year, you know, we were fed well. And some people didn't even think the food was for them. And we're like, no, it's for you. They're like, but our ticket is only this much. Yes, the ticket is only this much, but
It's
it
not a
includes the
party.
food.
It's not a party without food. And I used to run an event planning and catering. And so I find it very important to be able to have some things to graze on. We have to have some things. And so last year we were so fortunate to have Chick-fil-A on Memorial Drive to be a sponsor. That is Kathy and Doug Richardson, and they are homeschooling parents, and they own a Chick-fil-A. And just to have them come in, and they did an amazing job, and also in doing in-kind donations for that. And we were able to not just feed all our participants and our volunteers, but even provide our volunteers, which was a wonderful thing. Hope we're able to do it this year with to be able to have a take-home little dinner for Chick-fil-A, because you volunteered all day for us on that Thursday, and we wanted to be able to take care of them so they can have a moment, you know, because they work so hard. But we are also just taking this time during this conference, you know, we really want for parents to take control. You can create your own community. And I always say, you know, you will meet the different providers and founders of different organizations. And so all of us have basically said, if you want to visit with our communities and see if it's for you after the conference, this is the time you get to meet those people and then go and visit and see what those communities are about. I cannot tell you how many people actually attend Andrea. And Andrea was I think last year, and this year Andrea does college tours. And so it didn't make sense for me to keep doing college tours. So I was like, all right, Andrea, everybody gonna go over there and do your college tour. It didn't make sense if I know someone who's I think Tiffany Blassingame of the Ferguson School, she has a neurodivergent classroom and lab, sensory space. Why would I, at this point, it's like, that's a lot of investment, but I met another Black provider that has the space and the trained instructor for it. So this is also for our education entrepreneur. This is a time for you to be in collaboration and meet those educators that are specialists in your space, and possibly even collaborate to come together for new partnerships, for thought partnerships, for financial partnerships, and even to work together on grants so that they can be the vendors that you're using in this ecospace, in this ecosystem of independent education to help each other.
Speaking of grants, we don't want to leave without telling them about our grant writing cohort that we're doing on January 7th. So before the conference, even before the conference starts, we want to go ahead and highlight that we're doing a grant writing session that's going to be on Sunday, January 7th. And it's also going to be on January 14th from 6 p.m. to 7:30. And we're crazy. I'm just going to say, Nicole and I are crazy because we're planning a conference. But then we also saw that the United Way, it has a grant, and the deadline for the grant is January 18th. And we're all about empowering the entrepreneurs. So we said, hey, you know what? We need to do this grant writing cohort session, and we need to do it before the conference. So we're just going to make this virtual. So if you're virtual, but when you go to this session, you're going to walk away with a master grant template. Okay. And if you do the work, you'll also be able to submit your United Way grant. That's our goal. By the end of the 2 cohort sessions, you will submit your United Way grant. I'm going to be submitting mine too. All right. Nicole and I are both grant recipients. So Nicole and I are both grant recipients. So we know how to make that grant work. And Nicole is an expert because she's helped other people do it too. So that's what we're going to be working toward. Oh, my bad.
I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying to embrace my blessing. I'm trying to embrace a gift. That's what one of my kids said to me. You may want to embrace a gift because you kind of helps people get some money, and you keep on pushing it back. So even the children are still teaching us. Go ahead and embrace it. But as Andrea was saying, the most important, when we realized there was a grant, it's a learning loss. It's a learning loss grant. And so it's to basically fund for $50,000 an independent organization that is going to be helping with learning loss. And when we saw this grant actually is due on the 18th before our conference, and we were talking about amongst ourselves, we should work to try to see can we get through. We said, why not open up a work session that we would do with just each other to other people to be able to sit and talk about this grant. So here's a couple of guidelines, and I'm giving people homework. Even though our grant session is on the 7th, we want you to do one thing. If you were to go to and it's going to be, the link is going to be dropped on our website, and it's going to be on our Facebook page. If you were to go to our link, you will see that there is a United Way Flux, F-L-U-S-X application that you need to pre-fill out before you can apply for the grant. This application closes on January the 11th. We're having this grant workshop on the 7th. We want everyone to really start and do the intro application so that you're able to, as we're working through it, we're plugging and we're dropping and we're actually working in thought partnership to get this done. There is no reason why any of our education entrepreneurs should be leaving money on the table that is still there from COVID recovery funds for education. If you don't get it, it has to go back to the government. These municipalities and organizations have to send it back, and they're going to send it somewhere. So why not your bank account? So let's go ahead and let's work together to do this. And you never know, there may be some way for you to actually do partnership with others so that you all can help each other.
Wow. Okay. So let's wrap because we have so many comments. I do not want to overlook all these comments. So you guys, this is your moment. This is your time. So I have my phone because if in our private group, we won't be able to see the names. It'll just say Facebook user. So let's see. We have Tamika in the building, which is our top contributor for 6 years in a row. Like, what? She don't play.
Go ahead, Tamika.
She was our top contributor in the Melanated Homeschooling Family Support
She's
Group.
part of Epic.
Like 6 years. So shout out to her. She said, Tamika actually said, we love the Flourish Homeschooling Conference last year. So she actually went.
She did.
To the event last year. So Tamika, I'm going to be there, boo-boo. I would love to see you in person. Okay. We also have Dee. She asked, will this event be virtual as well? So will this event be a virtual as well?
Yes, it is. Nicole, you're muted.
Yes, there is a virtual ticket. And right now we have a 25% off code that is out. And it is, and I don't want to say it wrong. I think it's
I got you. Here it is.
Okay, thank you. I don't want to say it wrong.
Flourish,
but that is our 25% off code. It expires at right before midnight. It expires at 11:59 p.m. on January the 1st.
So Nicole, that 25% off is off the virtual ticket price too?
Yes, it's off everything.
Girl, that ticket price, the virtual ticket is only $15, y'all. 15.
$15. Okay, so you have no excuse. If you can't be there in person, get that virtual ticket. That's the best. No, that's the next best thing. I'm getting so excited. I can't hardly talk. Like, I'm just like, whoa, you guys, this is not just an homeschooling event. This is everything that you've been asking for: socialization, connecting, community, resources, curriculum that's centered around us. Also having access to what homeschooling event also going to have grant writing? Tell me which event you do. Grant writing to help you be able to flip your homeschool into a business. Do you need these resources?
The thing about it, I always say, I don't know any homeschooling mama who hasn't written some type of unit study. Some of y'all have Google, in the Google Drive, in the Dropbox, y'all have gold. You have created something and you never even thought about, how can I monetize that? And that's not a bad word to say you're going to put out there and help them. Have you ever thought about going on Teachers Pay Teachers? Have you ever thought about looking at an OutSchool grant? Andrea is an OutSchool grant recipient and has her own setup there. So here's my thing. I always say, and last year, I cannot tell you how many moms who have been supporting this homeschool community but never saw themselves as business owners. And I came to them and I said last year, if you come to me with a business name, your social media handles on 3 platforms, and a stable way to be paid, PayPal, Venmo, whatever, I said, I will give you an opportunity to be an exhibitor. We've had so many moms to say, I never really thought of myself, but you've been teaching piano in the community for years. You have been tutoring children in mathematics for years. You have your own special way of being a part of your co-op, and you are teaching a class, but you never thought about yourself as a business. Girl, now's the time. Come on, get an exhibitor table. Come here. And we're going to have exhibitor tables available virtually, and they're going to be available in person. And that 25% off code also extends to our exhibitors tables.
What?
Now is the time. Yes. Now, and if you, and I always say, you know, if you are saying, you know what, I really, really am thinking about doing this, but I'm just having a couple of, I'm trying to vet it out of my mind, send us an email to info@georgiablackhomeeducators.org. You send us an email, and I'm gonna say you could address it to me because if you're thinking about possibly being an exhibitor, you're like, you know what, I just want to talk out a little bit of it. I can spend a little time with you. Now, my time is important, but you are important too, and your business, your future business. Because I am a homeschooling mom, a veteran homeschooling mom of 4. Half my babies are gone, but you know what? I love this community, and I see the value in this community, and I want it to survive. And so many. Also, some of y'all out there, I bet you there is a school teacher out there who is watching this, who's like, I may not be exactly happy with your present work situation, but you haven't lost your passion for education. You haven't lost your drive to create an educational entrepreneur situation for yourself. You have a micro school just brewing in your belly. Girl, go and take a step. Come on out on Wednesday, because even Thursday and Friday is a ticketed event. Wednesday, we are allowing educational entrepreneurs in the meet and greet who for free, who have purchased a ticket, to be able to access our sponsors and meet them in a comfortable place. And you can, I can't tell you, the Vela Education Grant said that they had hundreds of applications to come in for the $50,000 micro grant, and so many of them came from the Georgia market. And they said those people were directly connected to the Georgia Black Home Educators Network.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes.
Where do you sign up?
Collaborations that have come out of people meeting together and really talking with each other. The Black Micro Schoolers Institute, ATL. Those wonderful ladies, they were able to meet and collaborate, and they have created something amazing. It's a different type of independent education because they're micro schools, and that is still just as valuable to this community as a homeschool co-op, as our charter schools, as our private schools, because our children need various access to this education. So come on out.
Put that link back up, because someone kept saying, where do we sign up? GeorgiaBlackHomeEducators.org.
So, you guys, we've been talking about it, but we didn't tell you the date. Okay, so the date is January the 25th through the 25th to the 26th is for the event, but the meet and greet is the day before. And these are, you can look down the bottom of the screen, it's actually rolling. You can go ahead and get your ticket today. Also utilize this code. Yes, let me pop the code up on the screen again, which is it's Flourish Holiday ! Where you can literally get 25% off everything that they are doing, the exhibitor tables, the tickets, and all of that. If you can make the sacrifice to be in the building for this event, this is an event that you need to be at. You need to be in the room with people who think like you, like-minded individuals, and also providing you access. There has never been an event of this magnitude that I can think of for Black and brown individuals that is allowing you to have access for free to the sponsors that sponsor the event. Usually they are untouchable. So, and it's free. And then the virtual ticket is $15. Then we have the tickets that you can get your children and your family in. Then you can get you a table. They're here to teach you how to do grants, flip your business into, or not business, or start a business if you're looking for ways to monetize your homeschooling experience. Like Nicole said, as homeschooling parents, we create lesson plans, curriculums. We build our own curriculums, not even thinking about it. You have a unique way that you do something. That is marketable. That you can sell that. People, it's homeschoolers. You helping them de-stress their homeschooling process because you are skilled at what they don't feel confident in. So if you don't understand how to do this, this is the event to be at, because it's more than just homeschooling. It's homeschooling, and it's the business of it. It's showing you the power of homeschooling. It's showing you how to flourish in this arena of homeschooling, and we're doing it. Black and brown people, we homeschool too with excellence. Okay, I have to show you guys these flyers, because I want you all to also know that you think that is all that they're doing. Let me give you that little laugh. Okay, that little sarcasm. Listen here. They got giveaways for laptops at this event. Come on, people. Come on.
I gotta speak on this. So
Come on, people. They didn't even say that.
We have been extreme. I am always in shock. Especially last year and this year, about how blessed the community is when you just ask.
Yes.
So CompuDoc came to our conference last year, and they just had a table and they watched everything. And then as we were talking to them, they said, hey, can we offer y'all some free coding classes for the students? So in my homeschool co-op and in Andrea's homeschool co-op and a couple others, they were doing a free coding class. And when the kids completed the coding class, you got to take home the laptop at the end of the class.
Yep.
So 3 weeks ago, I gave over 30 kids a free laptop. Andrea had the same program at hers. There was also the same program, I think, at the Ferguson School. Many other places did the same program when we were doing the coding class. And then as I was talking to them, they said that they were doing a giveaway at KIPP Atlanta, which everybody knows about the KIPP schools, and they were giving away. And I attended this giveaway. And I said, and as I was talking to Vonda Marlborough, who's the director, and then she was like, this can happen for the homeschool community. And for her to be like, I see what y'all are doing. Technology equity, there's a divide sometimes with some of us with the homeschooling, because we may not have all the latest gadgets and everything, because as a parent, we make choices. You are making choices in the moment. And sometimes every child can't have a laptop, or you have a laptop, or you just have a tablet or things like that. So after I spoke to them, they said, we will make available 350 laptops to give away at your conference. One laptop per family. That is 350 families who will have access to technology. Not a tablet, because we believe tablets are for consumption. Laptops are for production.
Ooh, I like that.
So we are able to put that technology in our children's hands so they can produce something amazing. We see how many after the pandemic, online education just opened up. So once you register for your ticket to the Flourish conference, you will receive a link, and that link will take you to the CompuDot registration. When you get to the CompuDot registration and everything, the directions will be very simple. You just make sure you click on the Georgia Black Home Educators Conference as Georgia Black Home Educators as your access to these laptops. And in about a week before the conference, they will send you a text message. Don't miss that text message. That text message is very important from CompuDot. And we also appreciate them handling all the logistics, all the registration and everything. And so this is just for them to appropriately, for their donor purposes, document every single laptop. You will have to go through some steps, but you know what? For a laptop, a free working laptop, and they're also going to give you access to an access code to be able to get Wi-Fi for a very discounted price. Because what good is a laptop if you don't have at-home Wi-Fi? And so with that
Wow.
said, we just want to make sure that as you register for the conference, you will be receiving a link, and that link will take you to the CompuDot registration for your free laptop, one per family for families in need. And we are just excited to bridge that technology equity gap.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So this is going down, you guys. When January the 25th through the 24th conference, we have a in-person and also a virtual, where the New Life Community Center in good old DeKalb, Georgia. You can go to www.georgiablackhomeeducators.org to find out more. This is the 2024 Flourish Black Homeschooling Conference that is more than just a conference. It's bringing back the CASI in community. So you've been sitting around saying, oh my God, I want to homeschool. I just don't know how. I want to know how to become an edupreneur, want to be able to educate and also bring in a stream of income, at least one stream, because usually a parent sacrifice whether or not one going to work, one not going to work in order to facilitate the educational experience. But guess what? You can do both. You can do both. And for those of you who did not know, they're also offering their grant writing that you can leave a donation to be a part of it. That is actually before the conference on January the 7th. You do have some requirements that you need to go fill out before you actually be able to take this, but it's just go ahead and do it. You'll also have the meet and greet that's happening that Wednesday, where you can actually meet the sponsors. And these are the people who have the money to support you with different things. If they find that your idea is relevant and you're adding value to this space, then this is really the place to be, to kind of learn what they're looking for. Okay. How can you actually position yourself in a way that will allow you to be able to have all of that? And so let me see. We have so many comments. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys. I can't let you go right now. I know we was like, we're just going to extend the time frame because we have so many people reach out, and I want to make sure I acknowledge everybody that take the time to comment. You know, we have some that just watch, but when you got people that watching and comment, I got to give them some shout outs and answer, see if they have some questions before we go. Okay. All right. So we're in all different areas, streaming all across, like on all different platforms, which is powered by CTR Media Network. So we have, we answered the question. Yes, it's virtual. You can go ahead and get your virtual tickets as well. They said, oh my God, that is amazing. This is amazing. They asked about the grant. Is the grant writing cohort session virtual? Yes, it is.
And we're gonna make sure the grant writing. So for the grant writing, we are that is an Eventbrite ticket, and we are asking that you go ahead and register to get access to the what we're going to be doing on that day. Please, please, please come ready to participate, because this is the cohorts are just nothing more than thought partnerships. And to be honest with you, you have a level of genius about a particular area that I don't. Mm-hmm. And I have something that and let's share that. We will not be those who how some people know about a resource and they hold it close and hold it tight. Mm-hmm. I have found that in this educational entrepreneur community, a lot of people tell you exactly where their finances are coming from and will even direct you to the link. I've had many community members and friends to find me on Facebook Messenger, and they'll be like, hey girl, saw this cohort, saw this grant, I saw this opportunity, just wanted to let you know so you can apply to. Yes. I mean, there are no crabs in a bucket around here. It's like, I cannot tell you how helpful people in this community doing various things, very different and sometimes very similar things. And we're like 15 minutes from each other. And not really seeing it as hardcore competition, because Michelle Shaw, who's one of our co-collaborators, her homeschool co-op is 15 minutes from mine. I'm in Stone Mountain, she's in Lilburn. We operate on different days, but at the same time, that's still the same population. And those children move amongst these communities, finding what they need. I have people who attend things in my community. They go all the way to Cobb County. They participate in Andrea. They participated in Global Leadership Academy with their Beta Club. They've jumped around and gone on field trips and done swimming with April Jackson at Pass Network. It's just, where are we going? Who has the resources we need? And so, because we know that our individual zones of genius need to be shared, because we can't do it all. We're not schools. We're not trying to be schools. We're trying to provide a particular set of skill sets that a parent is seeking for to grow the passion of lifelong learners in our community.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you. We're dropping the link, the Eventbrite link right now. You should be able to see that in about 30 seconds. Everyone who's asking for the link or click the link and says it's not working, calm down. We're going to get you straight. Okay. Because it's probably too many of you jumping on it at one time. Which is not a bad thing.
Open. Yeah, and take off that opens part, because some of the links are when we paste it in there, that opens in a new tab. Make sure that you separate that from your link when you're trying to put it in.
Well, what I'm gonna do after this live, we're gonna
I see it.
Some more things. Let me go ahead and go through these comments, because I want to make sure we get all of the comments from the people. We already have a person, Facebook user. Let me look in the group, because that's probably the private group that we have. That was from Tamika. She said she got a ticket. Kim Cosby, she said, I'm getting my tickets before the sale ends. I'll be there. All right. Tamika said, yes, let's monetize our skills. She was like, wow. We also have grant writing skills. People was agreeing with you. We have from YouTube, the link. Okay, so we're going to make sure we drop it again on the YouTube, right? Okay, so we're going to drop it again, because right now it's in the comments, and because it's in super chat on YouTube, so you probably can't pull it right now. So we're going to drop it in the comments up under the video. Miss Owens, she was like putting the praise up. I know this is something that you guys been asking for a long time. Thank you, ladies. I'm a former public school educator and a current adjunct at a college. I'm sitting here with my eyes wide open. We need you. Come teach our babies.
Yes.
She said, yes, let's monetize. We have, oh my God, so many. They said they're excited to hear about this. They're going to sign up. Someone said, where do I sign up? I love it. And this is point, there is no reason why anyone should not be in the building for this event. Now, I didn't say it. This was coming from people now. But I concur. I agree with her. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't be at this event, because the price point is absolutely amazing, and you can enjoy that holiday sale. Tamika was like, she excited all over again. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm just going to start popping this stuff up. Yeah. V was like, this sounds amazing. Go ahead and get your tickets, you guys.
And, I also like to put out there, because we pride ourselves on the fact that we have been able to gather together so many Black, I always say, like, so many Black providers and who have a zone of genius. And to be able to have a stage with this many credentialed professionals in the area of home education. We don't believe, I have an old saying, I don't believe in pimping Black genius. So those who are a part of our stage, we make sure to show our appreciation for them in a monetary way, because you should not bring them to this stage and just be like, okay, so, all right, donate your time. It's a ministry. That's not fair. In other communities, when they want their experts, they show up and they respect them by respecting their time and what their time is worth. And so I would say to our community that if in any way you want to be a sponsor or a donor, all donations are tax deductible. All things go back into this conference and into creating additional events, because Georgia Born Black Home Educators, we also, every May, we do a field day Last year we had a field day with almost 300 attendees to come to our field day. And this field day, we had moms, dads, grandparents to come with the kids. And so I always crack a joke that field day is like daddy's day in the classroom. You know, we're going to let them get out there and eat something. So, but we love the fact to be able to continue to have these type of events, because I feel like every kid deserves a field day, every parent, and to have that team fun activity. And last year we had double Dutch aerobics come out, and they taught everybody how to double Dutch at the end of field day. We had a double Dutch workshop class, and it was amazing. So when you donate into the Georgia Black Home Educators Network, and you all, like I said, all donations are tax deductible. We are a 501c3 under the DeKalb Christian Home Educators EIN number. And so at this point, we are basically saying that everything we're putting in, we're putting it back into the system. We're putting it back in there to be able to show our appreciation for the geniuses that we are bringing to the stage, and for the amazing spaces that we have been blessed to be in. And we want to make sure that our sponsors, when they see our attendees, they understand there is a community from a philanthropy standpoint that needs to be funded. We are pulling a chair up to the table. We are saying we are here. We are creating amazing environments, amazing community. And so I know Tamika was there. Everybody did learn how to double Dutch with
I did too.
And so that's why with Georgia Black Home Educators Network, we're doing a couple of things here this year. We're trying to make sure we have the larger conference events. We're doing the grant cohort workshops. We're doing something fun. We're doing fun activities such as the field day, because that's important for our kids. And even hopefully next year, we're going to be doing a kickoff. This year, I've had the opportunity to also, we were participating with, my organization was participating also with the Toys for Tots drive, and we were able to give homeschooling families toys for their children. And this was amazing. And with the leftover toys, see, this is how community works. We had so many Black Panther toys left over, which was beautiful. But we actually talked to Dr. Latasha Adam at Dominion Prep Academy, and she picked them up and took them down to Columbus, Georgia, to a new reading preparatory charter school. And she picked up bags and bags of toys and took it to that community. So we are keeping this ecosystem of support and resources constantly going, whether it's in Metro Atlanta or whether it's in Columbus, Georgia. And so we are just grateful to be able to have those who continue to put their hands to the work of saying we are going to provide for community at all times.
All right. This is wonderful. We have Dr. Elliott. What is the benefits of being an exhibitor? I mean, did you hear all the benefits? The networking, the community, the know-how, the information, being in the right place with the right people at the right time. Also learning from other homeschooling educators, building relationships, network. I mean, should I go on?
Yeah, and last year, so I can give a couple of things. So last year, our in-person attendees were 339 in-person attendees. We had 53 exhibitors. We had 8 different sponsors, and our sponsors include Vela Education Fund, Yes Every Kid Foundation, who come back on as sponsors, HSLDA Homeschool Legal Defense Association, who's also come back on as a sponsor, National School Choice Week, who's a sponsor also. And we were able to, in that space with our educational entrepreneurs, for them to be introduced and have a moment to speak with these sponsors who are actually doing philanthropy work. Sometimes you can present the program you have to a sponsor in a general conversation, and they can just say to you, you know what? We may not be a good fit for you, but let me give you a contact to an organization that funds exactly what you do. And we actually had that happen to someone. They sent them in a separate direction to talk to someone. And it's nothing like someone sending that pre-introduction email for you and say, let me connect you here. Or they can say to you, you know what? Your program sounds good, but it sounds too broad. Can you narrow it down? Or they're saying, I'm hearing what you're saying. It's beautiful what you're offering, but how are you paying yourself and you're doing all that? Because to be perfectly honest, some of the philanthropy organizations, when they get the financial paperwork in from us as budgets, they're wondering, where are you paying yourself? Because they know there's going to be burnout if you don't compensate yourself. So you can't just say, well, I'm just going to get the grant and do as much work as I can. You have to have a balance. And so they speak to you about these things. Sometimes if you say your passion for what you want to do to a sponsor, they're listening to it. And because they're also on the other end of seeing the applications, they met you.
Mhm.
There is a I'm rooting for you spirit going on. So that's amazing. Go ahead, Andrea.
And just to piggyback off of that, we also have the stage presentation, like your logo is going to be on the marquee, displayed in a rotating marquee during the main session. We have the event app access. So, we said it's virtual. We don't just mean, oh, we're just going to stream it on YouTube and you just watch it on YouTube. No, we actually have a Hoover app. So yes, we're going to be streaming on YouTube, a private YouTube link, but we actually have an app where you're going to get to engage with the attendees, that community. We're going to have different workshop, different things that you can get into and actually communicate and interact with attendees online. So it's not just, oh, I'm just going to watch a video and that's going to be it. Online exposure, amplify your brand with 2 dedicated posts from each one of our social media platforms. We've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Your website presence, and depending on what level you choose, print, recognition, web, welcome back, inclusion, depending on your level of sponsorship and exhibiting. So that's just a little taste of what you also get, in addition to, well, everybody's going to get some food. So
Yeah.
we feed everybody. It's nothing like being there for a day. So we do continental breakfast set up in a full lunch for our attendees. Last year, like I said, we had Chick-fil-A on one day, and then on the second day we had a full Southern dinner.
And for the vegetarians or vegans in the house, I got
so
you.
We took care. Okay, so I'm see, and this is where community come in, because honey, I'm a Georgia girl, and we will eat a hog from the root to the tooth of some of us. And so you meet somebody who say, "Girl, I'm vegan." You like, what? But I was like, wait a minute. So you're vegan. How you gonna eat? And then that's where you need to really do talk to your people. Because it's like, I said, you know what? Let's make sure you have it. Let's make sure that you have amazing food. And so Andrea, she was like, I'm on it. I got a caterer. And we were making sure that our attendees who are vegan or vegetarian or gluten-free, because we had some gluten-free items, were able to be able to have food, because it's not fair. I'm sitting up here chomping down on my chicken and you over here looking like, so we got tortilla chips? That's not right. That's not right. But we did amazing. Plus, with it being in January, we do also understand that culturally, and a lot of us, we participate in the Daniel fast in January. And so you want people to be able to say, even though I'm participating in the Daniel fast, we respect what you're doing. And no matter what your dietary needs are in that way, we were able to really step to the plate. And so that's community. When you say, okay, I see how you do things, and I'm going to make sure that I'm showing up in that space. So y'all vegans need to thank Andrea, because y'all would about to be eating chicken, and more chicken. So it's like, but she was like, oh, man, we got to do this right.
All right. So you guys, as you can see, this is way, way more than just an homeschooling event. It's really bringing back how it used to be back in the day, the sense of community, and building that community with not only people, but access, resources, inspiration, so many things that can be built. So what I see personally, what drew me to this event is that it's not just about the children, but it's also providing a flair for the parents as well. Because as homeschooling parents, we're hyper focused on our babies because we want them to have the absolute best, but yet we need engagement. And so everyone getting something, All right. And so you'll be able to meet more homeschooling parents, be able to meet with curriculum developers, all of these different stuff. So if you are a new homeschooler or a seasoned homeschooler, this event is the event for you. And if you're a family looking for inspiration and guidance, you just want to be a part of a movement in a community. Excuse me, this is the event for you. And if you are an edupreneur, which means you blend education and entrepreneurship together in one, and you seeking valuable connections and networking, then this is the event for you. And if you are a parent searching for a diverse curriculum that represent the excellence of the Black and Brown community, then this is the event for you. And lastly, but sure not least, are you seeking a culturally safe learning environment? If you answer yes to any one of those questions that I just asked you, then this is the event for you. And even if you didn't, you still need to be there, because I know you're going to see something, you're going to learn something, you're going to experience something that's going to motivate you to move into 2024 with that fire you need for not only the children, but for the parents as well. So make sure that you go to their website. Let me pop it up again. It is scrolling at the bottom of the feed, but I am going to pop it up again. This is the 2024 Flourish Black Homeschool Conference. You can go check them out at www.georgiablackhomeeducators.org. Go ahead and purchase your tickets on today. Also, you can see all the different things that they're having, all the different sponsors that's in the building. You can also, if you are currently not able to travel to Decatur, Georgia in January, then they have you covered as well, where you can get you an online virtual ticket for only $15. These are just some of the speakers that is going to be presenting. I mean, we even have a person presenting, or they have a person presenting on autism awareness and milestones. And you know, that's special to me because I have a child with autism, right? High functional. So all the different things, it's including this amazing giveaway, okay? Gifting the gift of transitioning your child and your homeschool into the digital era. It's like so much offer. And this is the code. Flourish holiday with the exclamation point at the end when you go purchase your tickets. Go ahead and get your free ticket to the meet and greet, and then go and purchase your ticket and put in that Flourish, because it's not carrying on to January 1st. It's gonna end. So go ahead and get your tickets tonight. Get it tonight. And I know some of you get paid on Friday, so get it tomorrow. Get your ticket tomorrow if you get paid on Fridays, because this is the event you want to be at. And ladies, before the event, I don't want you guys to forget that they also having a grant writing core session where you're building collaborative for edupreneurs. So you're going to be able to collaborate on this grant writing, being able to understand how to write a grant, to be able to change the trajectory of your homeschool, not just being a homeschool. You can also branch off and build that stream of income, because one of the stresses of homeschooling is finance, especially when you have more than one child, or if you have a child that happens to have developmental delay, learning differences, special needs, which also require you to do more things for them, right? So why not do what you love and build a love for learning and excellence within your child or children, and also be able to not have the burden of the financial strain that can bring? What? I don't know how to write no grant, but I'm going to be all up in that court. So, I mean, go where the people know the knowledge. I don't know everything. And so therefore, I'm going to be in there as well. And I encourage you to join me as well. People tagging people, you guys. I'm like, y'all still on here. We over out. So is there anything else, ladies, that you would like to share, would like to say that we haven't mentioned thus far, that you would like to share with the audience before we wrap up?
Well, the final thing I would like to share, and I'm gonna let Andrea take the last word, is that also take a time to check out some of our communities and some of the communities that are connected with Georgia Black Home Educators. I'm DeKalb Christian Home Educators. I'm located in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Andrea Hall is with Epic Homeschool Network, and she is located in Austell, Georgia. We have Michelle Shaw with Northeast Independent Preparatory Academy, which is an accrediting arm. And her separate academy and a separate co-op is Eastside Academic Studies, and that is located in Lilburn, Georgia. But it's not just our communities. It's also about we are the main collaborators on this, but it's also about the other communities that you will meet along the way. And we also have, if you go right up, scroll up a little bit, I'm sorry, where it says we have our database that we're starting to put together, because we got to know what everybody is so you can at least be able to access them and know who they are. And this is free. This is not us trying to collect something for the database, but I do know that sometimes you just don't realize who up the street from you and those kind of ways support you. If you would like to donate in any way to support what we have going on here, the Georgia Black Home Educators Network, you can donate at every.org/DCHE. And that is every.org/DCHE, because that is the 501c3 that we are under at this time. Please go ahead and donate into supporting this programming. It is the end of the year. Some of you are business owners. Do you have a tax burden? Now's the time to get rid of it and put it into a program that's doing amazing and beautiful things.
Yes, and yes. And so we're gonna you guys hold tight. I am going to drop that link in the comments so that you guys, before we go, so that you guys can have that link to be able to donate to a great cause. But I'm gonna do it again because I need to take off the new tab so it can be simple.
Yeah, it keeps.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you guys go ahead and make sure that if you want to donate, this is a great organization to donate from, because this organization is giving, and that's why we decided to collaborate with them, because I'm a visionary, and I'm passionate, but I have to hear and see and be able to understand what they're all about. And when I met these ladies, I was like, wow. I was like, okay, how do we make this work? Okay. And so you've been asking for a lot of different resources, and we have been providing, but this is a more organized way, and also having that in-person interaction that you'll be able to see, network, build, and grow from this experience. And it's happening at the beginning of the year. This is setting you up for the whole 2024, okay, and beyond, because this experience is going to catapult you to open your mind to different perspectives that you may have never even thought about. Some of you have probably never heard of Edupreneur. Some of you probably doing lesson plans and tutoring or teaching how to sew, or some of the fathers might be teaching their sons how to do mechanic and, all these hand skills. Guess what? All of that could be something that you sell in order for your homeschool to actually pay for itself. All of these things, because these are tangible things that you can use not only now, but in the future. So make sure you get your ticket. We have V from YouTube. She said, I'll be looking for some in ATL. Yes, come on over to Decatur, January 25th, 26th. And Deanna, she said, thank you for holding the space, ladies. Looking forward to learning and building. Oh, welcome. We're so glad that you decided to get your tickets, and we're looking forward to seeing you. So we're going to wrap up with the beautiful Hey.
All right, y'all. Just want to remind you, again, like Nicole said, donate at every.org/DCHE if you do that for us. And then you could also join our community where you'll see the event, our workshop listed. So the Georgia Black Home Educators.mn.co, you'll see that there. That link will drop. So check out the links Dr. Tina is going to drop in the when she updates the YouTube link and also in the Facebook. Go ahead and check out those links. And let us know if you have questions. Feel free to reach out. We are here to serve you, and we're happy to be part of this community. Thank you, Dr. Tina, so much for collaborating with us and for making this happen. So we're really honored and happy to be here.
Oh, no. The honor is all mine because, honey, any work that can make my job less stressful and be able to provide quality for the community, I'm like, come help. And I want you guys to not only come to the event, I want to reiterate that they have their own separate businesses as well. This is a collaborative effort, but they also have their own Facebook community as well. So even if you're part of the Melanated Homeschooling Family Support Group, you can still be a part of their Facebook group as well. So I'm encouraging ones that's part of our Melanated Homeschooling Family Support Group or the Homeschooling Interactive magazine community, or even the CTR Media Network community of individuals who want to start homeschooling. You need to go ahead. It's room for all of us. Go over there because they're going to be teaching you and exposing you to things that we might not have. And so we're working together. So I need you to make sure to avail yourself to all the resources that you have and join the group. It's free. No excuse. Join that group. And it's on you guys' website, right? And we're going to drop a direct link to that, or how we're going to do it after the live so they can make sure they can join your group as well. Because I want to make sure that they have access to be able to join your group. So you guys, for all of you who is blowing up this comment chat, we're gonna update all the links after this live session. So don't worry. You can go, let me pop up their website again. You can go here in the time being and try to do the best you can do. If you need something else, comment. If you're in our private group, the Melanated Homeschool Family Support Group, you can comment below this video and ask the question, whatever it is that you need. These beautiful ladies they're members in our Melanated Homeschooling community. So I will happily tag them to you. so that they can get into your groups and also get into your app so that they can be able to maneuver and get into this digital age and be able to have that interaction that we need as well. So ladies, I would like to personally thank you for taking the time during this time of the year where everyone is taking time off, and it shows your love, it shows your drive, it shows your passion, not only for what you do, but extending it to the community where you literally, this is the time everybody is shutting down, and you took the time to come on and share all this valuable information and resources with our Melanated Homeschooling Families support group family and our YouTube and all that good stuff. And thank you for your time. Thank you for time. I can't wait to see you guys in January.
It's gonna be a homeschool essence festival, y'all. Y'all need
a girl family reunion with all that good food.
Yes.
All right, people, this has been absolutely amazing. Make sure to follow these ladies on social media as well. Again, for those of you who may not caught what I said, I'm gonna make sure I say it to y'all one more time. The 2024 Flourish Black Homeschooling Conference. You can go right now to www.georgiablackhomeeducators.org. And this is the code that you use right now to get 25% off. It is Flourish Holiday with exclamation point. That is Flourish Holiday with the exclamation point, and you will be able to receive 25% off of the exhibitors tables, off of the tickets, pretty much everything that they're doing with this event for a limited time. So grab your tickets while they last. And FYI, I just want to let you guys know this event is going to be epic. This is something that you're going to hear people talking about. And if you're not there, you're going to be saying, I feel bad. I should have been there. No, go get your ticket. On that note, you guys have a great amazing rest of your day. Enjoy your family. And like I always say, if no one told you today that you are valued, that you are worthy, that you matter, and that you are loved, I'm here to tell you that I love you and I know that you're worthy and you're valued. And let's just add this little stamp on it since I have these amazing ladies. You are operating in excellence. So we would love to see you in January at the event. Take a couple of photos, make some connections, and build some lasting relationships with you. On that note, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to all of our social media platforms. This show is powered by CTR Media Network. And as well, follow our amazing guests today on all of their platforms, as well as their businesses and also this wonderful community. Again, thank you, ladies, and we will see you guys another time. Thank you for tuning in.
Bye.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.